Everyone, welcome back to another director ranking. Today we have a famous director, Terrence Malick, who is he's prolific in terms of his movies because he doesn't release that many, but when he does, it's always a major release. It's always important. He always has something to say. And I think visually he's one of the best directors out there, especially today. People like Kubrick, obviously, Tarkovsky, Fellini, not around anymore. So who do we have? We have Malick. So let's start from getting Badlands. I'll be honest with you. Badlands is fine. Don't know what... I don't get it. I get it. It's not even that complicated a film compared to other Terrence Malick movies. And I'm a big fan of Martin Sheen. I like Sissy Spacek. Just didn't truly enjoy this one, and that's the problem with a lot of Terrence Malick movies. I appreciate them, but I don't really enjoy them. Same thing with Days of Heaven. Beautiful movie. Beautiful movie. I'm putting it in the great tier, but in the story-wise, it's not interesting at all. Thin Red Line, 20 years later, Terrence Malick came back with that. It's gonna go... Again, I think this is probably his most interesting story, though, so I'll put it in the God tier for Terrence Malick. It's an awesome movie. Next is The New World. Didn't like The New World that much. I don't know, couldn't get into it. Could not get into it. I'm gonna put it in the bottom of the Met tier. Well... Let's see. No, that doesn't deserve to be trashed here because there's stuff I appreciate about it. I don't know. And actually, I might move Badlands up to great tier because some of these are like, I don't know. Tree of Life, I'm gonna put as his best. You either love it or you hate it. For me, I do love it. It's not a perfect masterpiece, but it's a masterpiece, and I think visually, I think of the 2010s, this is the movie that tries to do something. It's one of the only ones from the modern era that does something completely unique. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a lot of people, after 2001 A Space Odyssey came out, tried to just copy it and do the same thing, and there's tons of examples of that. This one, I think, is the true successor in a way. Because I felt the same way during some of this that I did during 2001. Next is, usually it takes Terrence Malick like 20 years to make a movie. He made this one in 1 year, and I think it's just definitely his worst. It's like it's pretty bad. I'm not a Ben Affleck fan. I just find him kind of stale. Same with Matt Damon. I find Matt Damon stale too. And this one, it's like, I don't know, romance. It's like, okay, that's enough. Knight of Cups. This one was just average for me. I liked the visuals. He has such a unique style. Just wasn't really interested, though. Put it below Badlands, but above The New World. Voyage of Time. I did like Voyage of Time. It's a very interesting movie. I wish I saw it in like an IMAX theater because that's probably the way to see it. But I do appreciate Voyage of Time, and I think it is a good movie. I mean, visually, it tries to do something. It tries to be this epic scale, like showing the entire universe, and I think it does. I think it portrays that pretty well. Next is Song to Song. This one was very unique in the Malick catalog. Again, he's working with some good actors, but I didn't like this one. It just doesn't feel like Malick most of the time. So it's gonna be. I'm gonna put The New World and Song to Song in the trash chair because I just wasn't a fan of any of these movies. And actually, I'll put A New World in the bottom of the Met tier and switch around the rankings a little bit. Let's see. And finally, we have A Hidden Life. Came out in 2019. I thought that actually this one was pretty great. Again, not the most interesting movie, but definitely more interesting than most of his films. So I'm going to put it I'm putting the God tier for him. Terrence Malick, I'm not a huge fan of because his movie, he has 5 movies I like, 5 movies I didn't really like. But the Messier ones I can understand if you like them a little bit. But for me, not too consistent. But that makes for a better ranking because we have more throughout the board here. So yeah, very unique director. If you haven't checked out Tree of Life, I do recommend that as a starting point because that's just, if you love Tree of Life, you're gonna love everything else. If you don't like it, I say don't watch anything else. But I've seen all his films, and I appreciate him as an auteur and as an artist, and I'm excited to see where he goes next. If he goes somewhere next. I don't know if he has a movie coming up. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. The Way of the Wind. Okay, he has something coming out called The Way of the Wind. A dramatization of several episodes in the life of Christ. Oh my god. Everyone's done that. Scorsese did that. Mel Gibson did that. Monty Python kind of did that. So yeah. Next time, we will be doing the Coppola family films. Here we go. That's going to be a big one. So, see you next time.